Hey, great Monday morning. I'm sorry, I am 3 4 minutes late. Honestly, it's kind of trippy. I lost track of time. I was fixing up my desk, and I just hadn't realized that it was already 9 o'clock. Plus, my assistant didn't walk in, and I was expecting them to walk in a little bit before 9 or at 9, but always late, and almost always late. And uh, it's kind of a weird thing, but I'm like very anal about about being on time. I do my best to be at every single thing that I commit to right on time, or get there somewhat before. To the point that, like at church, uh, just went to church this weekend. Good morning, good morning. At church, I get there like sounds like you need a new assistant. Yes, it is going there. It is getting to that spot, and that's what's unfortunate. Uh, that's what's unfortunate. That's what's unfortunate. Because you get to a point where things start to work wonderfully. Things start to work wonderfully. Todo se empieza a acomodar, and all of a sudden, I don't know if it sometimes has to do with you get very complacent or you get very comfortable, in a spot. And again, I do need help at work. Just want to make sure I have uh, help at work, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's going to be one of those crazy interesting days, and crazy interesting days. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Dude, I must be getting blind because I kept doing the wrong stupid letter to do the link. Like I've been like 5 minutes. Like, why am I doing the wrong letter?
Well, I was bitching about my assistant hasn't gotten here yet, and
Oh,
I actually was a couple of minutes late
mm,
because it's crazy. I was fixing up my desk, and it's a mess back here.
mm.
That's one of the things I shared with my assistant. Sent a message this morning going like, "Hey, we need to take care of the side office because I'm going to open another small office on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, it's just a small little office because I bought one of these one room air condition, the one you put in a corner and it air conditions that room.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that would be okay for that little small little office, and I'm going to use that to office out of sometimes. I guess I don't know for what, but use that to office out of, and use my the big office for everything else.
Are you
That
making that much money off of your stuff that you whatever the hell you do that you can afford another office?
I'm doing okay.
Well, I guess I don't get into your affairs.
Into my,
But
my
but you look alive. You're not dead yet. You're still bleeding everywhere.
bleeding.
Aren't you bleeding out of everything or something? Or what's wrong with you?
No, the only part of my anatomy that was bleeding was when I peed that one time. I told you, no? Did I tell you?
No. No, I'm just making it up. I just have no idea what's wrong with you. I just know you have something wrong and everybody's so worried about you and I'm like,
Well, because I was in the hospital, Roman.
but I know you were in a hospital and I don't visit you in a hospital. I know you were. You told me.
You never called me. You
Yes,
never.
I did. I called you like 3 times when you were in a hospital. Don't you
No,
remember?
I was probably on morphine.
Probably.
No, but it was a crazy little stay. So I'm opening another office. Oh, well, if you want to,
I don't want to know anything about the hospital. I'm just wondering who's the third. You know, everything happens in threes, right? So it's you and Mrs. Pena in the hospital. Who's going to be the third BRC candidate in the hospital?
Roman,
I'm not a candidate.
you were going to be candidate.
No.
Jimmy, I
Yeah.
love Jimmy. Uh,
You're gonna be living here long enough to be running
let me
for anything, probably.
tell you. I mean, uh, well, it's
Me
not going to
too.
be a big secret. To a, they are called mini splits. No, it's just one that you put in a corner, not a mini split. To be approved under mortgage approval, I'm guessing there's cash flow. Let me let me say it was actually 700,000, but
For a mortgage?
I got approved for a $700,000 loan.
Why would you take a 700,000? You don't.
I'm
They're
not.
just giving away the money now at this point. I mean, with the Biden economy, they're just trying to get everybody to
I'm
vote for
actually
Biden.
not. I'm actually taking a $600,000.
They really are just giving it away.
I'm buying a condo at the island,
Why
and
would you? Why would you buy that? So
well,
you can
because
have your little swinger parties, or what?
wow, my Diddy parties.
I wouldn't be joking about like that, man. He's gonna be going to jail for a long time. He may like it in jail, but he's gonna be in jail for a long time, allegedly, for
But
the
you know,
alleged stuff that he allegedly did.
they got him in there with that guy, the guy that did that crypto crap in jail. That guy,
R. Kelly,
no, the crypto guy, that guy with the horrible hair and the man boobs.
he's still that dude is still in jail. I thought he was able to get out of jail.
No,
Are you sure?
they're bunking together.
Shut up, oh man.
I'm going like they probably said like, yeah, let's put him with him. No, he probably won't want to bang him.
uh,
Who knows? Because
maybe he's an addict.
now, Castle, you said you not to call. You said not to call a visit. Yes, and I was just being facetious with Roman. Please, Duke, and I appreciate people not calling. And again, sending messages on Facebook was great. I appreciate that, guys. But I don't like the visits. Don't like the call. I still got some visitors at the house. Erasmo freak off parties at the island.
Hmm, I'm making
I
that ugly face.
actually want you to go see it, Roman. If the loan's already gone through, and I'm just waiting to do the negotiating where you try to negotiate the price. But if it happens, I want you. I actually want you to go visit me at the island. I want you to go see it.
Yeah, I don't really go to the island.
Well, it'll
I
be
really don't. I seriously, I don't go to the island.
it'll
And
be
that the island's for tourists or
uh,
for people from Monterrey.
4 more minutes, and guys, I need a new assistant.
He's that late.
Again,
It's Monday. Déjalo.
again, people know me. If there's one thing I cannot stand is not being punctual. It's one of my pet peeves. I'm very
I have no idea you obsessive compulsive.
like crazy, and you know I'm that type of person. If you say, "Hey, let's meet at Luby's at 3 o'clock," and I go like, "Oh, okay," and then I'm running a little bit late, I'll send you a message like some minutes for a Roman. I'm going to be late. So I'm not going to get there at 3 o'clock. Uh, give me 5 more minutes or give me 10 more minutes. I tend to let people know before.
Mm,
Not
not after.
hell no. I'm gonna freak
That's
out
good.
party at the island. Roman would still not show up at the hospital due to all the germs.
I wouldn't even show up for myself in a hospital.
Well,
Yeah.
I told you what happened, right, Roman? Or
No. Do I really want to know the details?
it's not that bad.
Okay.
When I first got hit with a pain, I went to Valley Regional because it's
Hmm.
close to the house, and I already know that Valley Regional is not so great of a hospital. But I said I'm not, and I was driving myself, so uh, you know, it was not like I could. You see, I got people walking in, and I have no one to take care of people that are walking in.
Just put it on pause and say, "Hey, I have nobody here. Come back later." Put
Pero ya un
pause.
momento, por favor, sí. Este, see, this is what throws me completely off.
It's okay.
I've got people walking in.
You'll
I
be
have no
fine.
one to take care of them. Nothing's getting done of what needs to be done. So yeah.
Why'd you put me on? Close the mic, close the video, call your damn assistant, and find out where he's at.
No, I sent him a message earlier and I got no response. So I
But
don't
maybe you have to call him.
know.
No,
I'm, I
because I didn't wake up early to be on the show with you being not you. We have things to talk about. You've been dying to talk about
oh,
stuff.
well, that's off. It'll wait. I don't know what this is about.
Okay. Well, I
Anyway,
don't want the. I mean, the person might be giving you money, and you're in the middle of getting a loan.
I got approved for the loan. I already told you that.
Yeah, I know, but but you're gonna need money to pay for the loan back.
Oh yeah, that's very true. So what happens is
Ugh, gross, dude. Gross. Let's be fair, Hector. How many people watching actually know what that means?
Hector's old, but we
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Y'all are very smart. Y'all wouldn't be here if you weren't smart.
good morning, good
It's the
morning.
dumb people that don't want to
You
show.
look so much better. Yeah, let me tell you, I feel a lot better than I did last week. It was not good, not good at all. Yes, not good at all. Not good at all.
Yeah.
Or just lock the front door. Yeah, I don't. Again, if I
You
say, I'm very anal about time. If I say 9 o'clock, I'll be there at 9 o'clock. And if I say I'm going to open at 9 o'clock, I'm going to open at 9 o'clock.
well, you can. Don't you have one of those signs? Be back at like 11 or something.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think one of the things that I guess because of our location, there's a lot of other people that do what I do, like next door. You know, and
And they make money, and you lose money. There you go.
all my family is just around the corner. So I don't
Well,
want.
you're sharing in the family. Hey, you can kind of the finder's fee and blame it on the assistant.
So all these
That's not
people
how
out
it works.
there
Okay.
is so no, I don't want
Well,
to
if
do
somebody was there right now, you haven't even talked to them. They know you're talking on the phone or something, or talking to me.
it. I yelled out, I'll be right there in a moment. So I guess I guess that people understand that I'm in the middle of something. And so I guess
Okay.
well,
Mhm.
so I went to Valley Regional, Roman, and
Okay.
so I was there, and I thought they were just gonna give me something for the pain, and then or something, or let me know what was wrong. They did a CAT scan and everything. They said my pancreas was inflamed.
Mm-hmm. It's
So that
because all your Ozempic, right?
I don't know if it was Ozempic. I don't know if it was just. He said, it's part of going older as well. So I don't know if it was a combination of things. I'm not going to blame the Ozempic because I don't want to
Well,
be.
have you seen the like the Wegovy, whatever the other Ozempic? They literally said some of the side effects are pancreatitis. They literally says it on the commercial.
I did not see that,
Yeah,
but
like the other, not the Ozempic, the other one, the one with the touch of the W,
I kind of some of them
Wambiyama or whatever.
even provide better service. You're out of your mind. They don't. So I went to Valley Regional, Roman, and then the doctor comes back. He goes, this and this, and we're going to admit you. I'm going like, what?
What?
You're going to admit me for a stomach pain? And he goes, yeah, it's just for observation, just to make sure that you're going to be okay, and that we know we could.
Well, they need to make money somehow, right?
Well, yeah. So I said, okay, that's fine. I didn't have a weddings that day, so I thought I'll be okay. I had weddings on Saturday, so I said, okay, I'll spend the day in the hospital. So they put me in a bed and they wheel me up. They take me up. Roman, I was passing by and there was like an empty room, empty room, empty room, empty room, empty room. And then all of a sudden, they want to put me in a room with someone who looked like they were passing away, who did not look, and again, nothing against the patient, who did not look very well. So I'm going like, why are you going to put me in a room with an individual that doesn't look like they're doing well when I'm only here for observation? So I said, I'm out. So I literally got off the bed, unhooked myself, and I walked out. And they were going, we'll put you somewhere else. I said, and they're saying this in front of the other patient. I'm going like, no, I don't trust your judgment anymore. And I know it's not the nurse's fault. I know it's probably hospital policy. Just don't trust their judgment. Why does it make sense to anyone to put someone who's mostly healthy into a room that someone that probably into a room with someone that probably is not? So left, I put in two that might kick the bucket.
Mm. You'll be friends when you go away.
That's
Well,
which
and then you split apart. One of you goes up there, and you go down there, right?
I go to heaven or what? And
I didn't say that. I did not realize heaven was down.
so
I
then
said you would go down.
what happens is, well, up and down is a relative depending on where you're at. So
Oh,
what happens is,
so you mean everybody that says like they're looking up at you, they actually are in heaven, not in hell?
who knows?
Who knows?
Uh,
I'm just I'm glad to see you as a Protestant believe in hell.
so I was okay Friday. I felt so. I limited myself on some things. And then Saturday, I had weddings, did my weddings. Sunday morning, Roman, back into pain. So I drove myself to Valley
Hey,
Baptist,
is that like an ACDC song,
back in
or
black,
that, or that,
back in
or
black.
is that an Amy Winehouse song?
So I went back to Valley Baptist, and let me tell you, amazing, great, great service. And I stayed there for 2 days.
Wow,
I looked like
yikes!
that, but yeah, I have a great disgust for Valley Regional, and I have great respect for Valley Baptist. So if you're going to get sick or need care at any
Why
hospital,
did you go to DHR? It's right next door to Valley Regional.
I thought about it. It's just I thought it might be too small. They might not have what I have, what I need. I never tried it. Valley Baptist has proven themselves to be an effective hospital. So from,
Well,
from now on, I was actually born in Valley Baptist.
you know who? Was your friend Adam Hinojosa also born in Valley Baptist?
Was he?
Well, yeah, the guy that's running for state senate, the guy that says he's from Brownsville because he was born here,
Was he?
allegedly. But that's what he says. He says he was born in Brownsville.
I've never
He's like
seen.
an anchor baby.
I've never seen him in Brownsville ever. Uh,
Well, no, like that's what I mean. He's like an anchor baby. He lives in Corpus, but he like says he was born in the valley. He was born in Brownsville.
well,
He's kind of like Chris Christopherson, born in the Brownsville,
that's exactly
but
what
moved away when he was young. I mean, he's just like a bunch of anchor babies.
Chris Christopherson passed away. You know,
Oh, that's right. He did. He did. He did.
I was always wondering why the city of Brownsville never recognized Chris Christopherson.
Because he was here for like 5 minutes.
Doesn't matter, but he was born here.
I know.
You
But
know,
that's what I mean. Like, I mean, we don't recognize the people that are here, that are born here for like 5 minutes, and then leave them at the motos, and then when they're 18, they want to come over here and say, "I'm a U.S. citizen."
well, it's
Well,
unfortunate. At least get a water tower, picture of him or something.
is
Chris,
he really? You think he's the most famous Brownsville person? I mean, we gave a monument to some guy that was in the Mexican Revolution, which I still don't understand why we gave the guy a monument here.
I don't even know who that is.
You didn't see that? You didn't see that they make a big deal about it?
No
They
one,
even the commissioner from Southmost, the guy wears up his little suit and he's back there. They're giving him, they made a monument to some guy, some Garza guy
is
who
it
was
that?
in the Mexican Revolution. Like, who cares? Why? I mean,
Is that on,
let's give him to Chris Christopherson while he was still alive, but he didn't.
is that the, at Linear Park?
I think so. I
You know,
have
we
no idea.
even have an Amelia Earhart monument somewhere.
And she wasn't even born here, like Chris Christopherson.
Just flew in one day by mistake.
And anyway, and we even have a road named after her.
What about Limburg?
Oh, he came here too?
Yeah,
So they mean to tell me that anybody who comes to Brownsville gets a statue or a street named after them?
except Chris
What
Christopherson.
about me? I'm not even from Brownsville. I didn't even move here. I don't get a street or a statue?
I'll
What
take
the hell, man?
I'll take an Erasmo Street.
You should get, you deserve an Erasmo Street. You're the most famous person in Brownsville. You're more famous than the mayor.
I'm more famous than Chris Christopherson here in
That's
Brownsville.
probably true too.
I should get some.
Wow.
But they
Well, you
hate.
know what? Maybe that's what Adam wants too. Our friend Adam.
I got something for Adam.
Mm.
I don't know. If
Wow.
guys are leaving or
Yo no sé. Yo no me meto en tu negocio. I know nothing.
the city needs to honor Arambe. That actually would be a good start as well too. Arambe.
Does he have a statue?
They might have a statue.
They might. They. You know what? They might name the hotel that the zoo's gonna have after her Harambe.
It's crazy. They had your statue in Washington, Roman, but they removed it because they thought it was racist.
Oh, you've been talking to your friend La Gorda?
So Roman, so what else was up with you? What fights have you gotten into in regards to
I haven't
recruiting?
got any fights. I'm just amazed at all these political TV ads out there.
You talk about that.
Oh, but you're not gonna hear what I have to say about those political TV ads since you don't watch TV. Has anybody seen any of those wonderful, awesome TV ads? Has anybody seen It's Outrageous? Y nada, yeah. You know what? What time is it? It's like 9:23, and the assistant is still not here. Is it raining out there? Is anybody getting into accidents out there or something? Maybe he got into an accident, Osmo. Check your phone. Maybe, but no, he's over there dealing with people having to get all the germs that he's gonna be with. It's gonna be nuts. I don't know. Anybody see any TV ads? I know that Adam has a new TV ad. I have a huge problem with it, but then again, one of my friends was telling me yesterday, you have a lot of problems with a lot of the TV ads. I'm like, well, yeah, because some of these TV ads make no sense. Like, so Adam has a TV ad that came out this weekend, and he starts out being negative in the beginning, which makes no sense to me. Why are you being negative? Because last 2 years ago, when he ran for city commission, sorry, when he ran for state senate, he did one TV ad. 15 seconds was negative attacking Senator Lamantia. Was at the time she wasn't the senator, but Morgan Lamantia. And the last 15 seconds was him talking about himself. And I told him that's a mistake. No one's going to vote for you. Well, people will vote for you regardless. But I'm just saying people want to know who you are. And if the first TV ad they get from you is half negative, attacking your opponent, they're not going to, the independents aren't going to necessarily want to vote for you because you're mean and nasty and gross. You're negative. But he did it anyway. But guess what? Apparently, 2 years later, he still hasn't learned his stinking lesson. So he starts off by attacking her by claiming that she is against oil jobs. I don't know about you, but I don't know how many oil jobs are in the valley. I don't know what that's going to benefit the valley that, you have oil jobs. It makes no sense to be talking about oil jobs unless you only care about the coastal bend where he is from. I know he's born in Brownsville, but he lives in the coastal bend. And then he talked, and then the voiceover with the female, you should vote for, but you have a better choice than Morgan Lamantia. You have Republican Adam Hinojosa. I don't know how smart that is to talk about being a Republican. Maybe you should follow the late Carlos Cascos rule. Now, don't talk about your political party in a general election. But he didn't do it. Republican Adam Hinojosa. And then and then the girl says, he's an owner of a jewelry store. And I'm like, is that really smart to talk about the jewelry store? Considering what El Run posted? But he did it. And he says, and an owner of restaurants, a small business owner of restaurants. I'm like, that really smart to be talking about the restaurants whenever the political ad that's been out there for a whole month? But he did. And then you see him talking to people or shaking hands, and then he's talking to the camera. I'm Adam Hinojosa, and you should vote for me because blah blah blah, and I will protect oil jobs. And he's talking in front of what appears to be the T heads in Corpus Christi. Do you know what the T heads are in Corpus, Erasmo?
TAs,
The T heads, the T
T heads.
T head, yeah.
It was like the Tea
Well,
Party.
where all of the boats are, where Salinas at.
Oh,
And so he's in front of the T heads in Corpus, and I'm just like, again, you're talking about oil jobs, which doesn't really necessarily affect the valley, and you're talking in front of the Corpus Christi stuff. One of the big complaints that I've heard from people is that why do I want to vote for Adam Hinojosa when he lives in Corpus when the seat is supposed to be a valley seat? Why would I want to vote for somebody who's not from the valley? And that's why he likes to talk about the fact that he was born in Brownsville. But you live in Corpus and you're talking in front of D. Like, is that really smart? What do you think, Erasmo?
yeah. Anchor babies. One of the things that has always bothered me about politicians is how they try to bend and sway the truth by not answering questions and then like making stuff up. I mean, again, I've said this before. I asked one of the candidates running for BISD. I said, "Are you getting money from Baltasar Salazar?" Just simple,
Oh.
just simple. Just answer the question. Well, I get money from a lot of people. What
Oh, I know who. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and now guess
She told me the same thing, and I'm like, what the hell?
what does that tell you, Ron?
I,
Honestly,
I told me. Well, no, she told me I have a lot of supporters,
that yeah.
and I'm like, I'm asking you a specific question because I've heard the rumor, and I'm just like, hey, just trying to verify the rumor, and I'll be like, that
It's a
it's out there.
it's a yes or no answer. Yes or no.
Yeah, not hard.
And again, and what's really disappointing is that if they can't give you a clear answer now, do you think once elected they're going to give you anything? Not even the
I
time
don't
to vote.
know.
Part of the problem, Roman, is that all these candidates, Hossa and all these people, they try to tell the people what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
But it just, I'm just telling you what I saw in the TV ad. I've heard the complaints, and and those they're fair complaints. I mean, Senator Lamantia is from the Valley. I don't know. I think she lives in Palm Valley over there, just on the west side of Harlingen. Or she lives on the island. I don't know, but her family's from the Valley, or lives in the Valley. Um, but she's from here, and she seems to be representing the Valley. But I have my own concerns about Senator Lamantia's campaigns because they're very different. I happen to be coming back home from Austin, and I was driving through the coastal bend, and I was picking up some radio stations, and one of them happened to be a Spanish language radio station, and there was an English ad from Morgan Lamantia talking about border security. Why was her ad that was talking about border security in English in a Spanish language radio station? And I'm just like listening to it, and I'm like, well, this is an interesting ad. This appeals to Republican voters potentially, to conservative voters. Like, this is an interesting message. But I never heard that radio ad in the Valley. I never saw a TV ad about border security in the Valley. I've only seen a TV ad from her having to do with jobs, having another one having to do with healthcare, and another one having to do with education. I've not seen anything down here in the Valley having to do with border security. But I'll tell you, the number one issue in the Valley, according to the polls, is border security, closely followed by jobs and the economy. Those are the top two issues. Why is she not talking about those issues in the Valley? It just makes no sense to me. But it kind of makes me wonder what her campaign is up to. I mean, what is her campaign really? Look, I can complain about these people because I feel like that's part of my niche, to complain and say, I think this is a mistake. You should probably do this. But I don't know. That race is going to be very, very close between Senator Lamantia and Adam Hinojosa.
But it was close before. That
Mm-hmm.
let me say, I like La Mantequilla. I like La Mantequilla. She's very always been very very friendly with me and everything else.
Mm.
And I mean,
I
I
like her too. She's
I,
very sweet, very nice, very kind.
I just don't know in great detail what she's done for us while up there. And you know,
And that's the job of the campaign.
yeah.
Whoever is running her campaign and is
Well,
not doing a good job of explaining what she actually has done. And that's on
I think the problem is that she's surrounded not, by a lot of gringos that aren't from here in this area.
100%.
So
100%.
when that happens, and it happens constantly. It happened to your buddy like Jamie. As they surround themselves with all these woke people or all these rich people, and they are not they are not reflective of what is in the community, because the bulk of this community, and again, nothing against white people. I love my white people, nothing against white people, but this is a predominantly
You're going to get a text message from La Gorda telling you that you're racist by bringing that up.
predominantly Hispanic community. So
Oh,
90
by the way, and she's white. So
when you got 90% of your advisors around you that are white, while 90% of the people that you represent are Hispanic, it kind of like you're not getting a clear picture. So, and again, there are some white people that have adjusted well into the Hispanic
you
community.
know, and
It's just who you represent.
when
My
yeah,
thing is going real quick, and my thing is, it's not about national Democratic points of view. It's not about Republican national points of view. It is this area's people's point of view, and that's kind of like a very blurry line between the Reds and the Blues here locally.
well, that's what that you're talking about, the uniparty, and that's weird. No, my thing is, if you look at her voting record, some of her votes are very strange. Like they're not representative of the district, and I firmly believe, through no evidence, other than just my train of thought, that the people that you're talking about, the gringos, the ones that are more leftist or whatever, or I mean, I think her chief of staff is like a Republican. I don't know what kind of Republican he is, but whoever the hell is advising her to vote certain ways. And I had a conversation with somebody yesterday and was telling me, it's like, you think that they told her how to vote? I'm like, look, there's a crap ton of votes that happen. You depend on your staff to tell you, okay, this is the intricacies of this particular bill. This is what the bill says. They have a binder, and they tell you what the bill is. They give you one or two sentences, and you vote that way because you're a senator. You have tons of things to do. There's only 140 days in the legislature in the legislative session, and you have to vote. You have to know, so you have to depend on your staff. So I have to blame her staff for voting in certain ways on some of those bills that I'm just like, that's not representative of the district. Like, why would you vote for certain some of that stuff? And that's the thing about Senator Lucio. Senator Lucio was a Democrat or is a Democrat. I don't even know anymore, but he would vote his district. I mean, I know that State Representative Lucio, when he was a state representative, even though he was a massive liberal, he knew you don't vote against God, and he wouldn't vote against God because you don't do that because that's not your district. People will get mad at you for that. And so that's part of the problem with Senator Lamantia is that she has surrounded herself with, like you say, white people who don't necessarily know the district, do not necessarily know the area. Instead of listening to good people that are on her staff, or her staff, I should say, I know she doesn't identify as a he, so I'm saying her staff should be from the district and knowledgeable and who knows, who knows. But that race is interesting me. It interests me. The Myra race, obviously, the big deal. Myra's going to have the Speaker of the House come down on Saturday. I don't know if you knew that.
The Speaker of the House,
The Speaker of the House is going to be here on October 5th at
Mike,
10 o'clock in the morning in Harlingen.
Mike Johnson.
Yes, that guy. Uh, He's going to be here. So you're going to go? You're going to go see him? He's going to be at the Moon Rock
No,
at 10 o'clock in the morning in Harlingen. You should go.
again, it's going back. It's going back to what we're talking about. Who here gives a rat's ass? Who here gives a rat's ass about Mike
It's
Johnson?
not about that. It's not about Mike Johnson.
Yeah,
It's about one, he's giving attention to a race they think they can win, number one. Number two, it's about getting national attention to the border, that he's here for the border and here to talk about a Hispanic person, to raise money for the NRCC and raise money for Myra. And number three, it gives a lot of local news to Myra where they're going to be talking. You're going to have Telemundo, Univision, the Spanish language people. You're going to have Channel 4, Channel 5, and Channel 23. Although Channel 23 is the same as Channel 4. You're going to have Fox News, local Fox News. They're going to have a lot of cameras and eyes on Myra that gives her the jump to be able to say, look at me, vote for me. Look, I bring the Speaker of the House. I'm going to bring money. Gente can't. Now, is it going to work? I don't think so because the race is not a close race. I mean, my sources have told me that some of the polling shows are, losing it by double digits. That's what I've heard. But maybe her internal polling showed something different. I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a few weeks to find out what those polls are. But if I knew them, I wouldn't tell you anyway because I'm not supposed to tell you that stuff. But you know what I mean? It's like, so that's probably why he's coming down. You don't agree?
uh, again, I don't care. I don't care about Mike Johnson coming down. I don't care about Nancy Pelosi coming down. I don't care. I want to know what you're going to do for me. I'd rather you put up there Doña Carmen from Doña Carmen's restaurants, have her, to a function, and
You
have.
think people are going to come?
Well, again,
You think the news media is going to show up to Doña Carmen?
but
Like,
that's not the
what?
point. You could have all these Republicans show up. She doesn't need the Republicans. She's already got
It's
the.
not about not about the Republicans. I've
But
told you, it's about the media. It's about earned media, free.
but it doesn't matter. Nobody watches media anymore. Nobody watches TV anymore. We don't care if it got huge ratings on CBS, ABC, or NBC. I don't even watch those channels anymore. I don't. The internet,
Well, then how are you talking about the news if you're not watching the news?
because I have internet, Roman.
Oh, okay. All
and
right.
and I would dare say that most people that you really want to now, the people that don't watch, are not on internet, those individuals, you probably got those down pat anyway, because those individuals, they already know who they're going to vote. It's like having all these little functions, like you have all these functions. And I will say, I was very impressed by Gati's function this past week, because she did have like a wide variety of individuals out there as the
So are you and Kathy in a slate or something?
no, again, I'm not doing the slate thing. I don't plan ever to do the slate thing. It's just
You did once, but you're not gonna ever do it again.
never again.
Mm.
So I'm not going to do the slate thing.
Especially when one of the members of your slate is now supporting your opponent in your race.
Who?
One of the members of your slate, weren't you in a slate before with Carlos?
Yes,
And now he's with the other guy, the coach.
yeah.
So is it true that you're a former friend, that Maggie, your friend, or is she your former friend is supporting Coach Farley against you.
She was. I think. Well, she probably is still. Had a big old Farley sign out in her yard. Someone told me that she removed it. Which
Oh,
so
well,
again,
does she even is she a voter in BISD anyway?
no, she's not a voter.
Then why does she have a Farley sign? Maybe that's why they took it off. Maybe Farley realized, oh my God, this is the district. I mean, are you dumb that you don't even know what your district is? That you have signs outside your district for no reason in a neighborhood or nobody that can vote for you? How is Coach Farley going to be able to represent the district when he doesn't even know the district lines?
Well,
Am I wrong? Am I
don't be
wrong?
that wrong. But again, I mean, when you've got your campaign being funded by Baltasar Salazar and by all the other vendors out there that Carlos is getting for him, you know, you don't care. Me, I try to protect every single sign I have.
I'm just wondering, is Carlos gonna does he have like an open for business sign or something like that? Is that why he has all these vendors giving him money and giving his candidates money?
Well, I think the vendors are banking on that Carlos might pick up a couple seats or at least 2 seats. So if he picks up 2 seats, he's got the majority on the board.
Which
That's,
2 seats would you think he's gonna get?
I think, again, I'm not going to
So
predict
do
it.
they think okay? So like in your race, when you have four people, right? It's you, some guy that nobody's heard of, some council guy, and you have Tim, and you have Coach Farley. Do they think that Tim's not going to be able to get the majority? So it's going to be either you or Coach Farley potentially winning that race, and so
Well,
that means that you would be a coach. That then you would be a Carlos person.
well, I'm not going to be I'm not anybody's person.
Well, I mean, you would be part of potentially the majority in that one of the races that they're thinking of.
Again, I do not like the majority thing. I do not like the 4-3. I will never be a part of that 4-3.
Okay, that makes sense,
With
and
that,
that's fair, and that's what I want. I actually want a board that's not 4-3 like that. I want a board where you have two or three people that may or may not vote with you, may not flip, vote individually,
yeah,
not be like certain people on the board right now. They're like, oh, that's how you want me to vote, Carlos. Oh, I'm gonna vote that way.
yeah. I'm not going to be one of those individuals. I'm not going to be a 4-3 people. I will never be that. Never, never mind. Again, with that said, again, I go back to the same thing. It's unfortunate because I think the vendors think that Victor Caballero has a chance of getting in there, and I think they.
Do they really think a man's going to be able a one-on-one, a man and a woman
Well,
running against a known person, Jessica? And I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not, but I'm just like logically speaking. Do they think a guy is going to be a guy who had a Myra sign a couple years ago, and everybody says he's a Republican, and he's like, whatever. Do you think a Republican's going to be able to win a BISD race right now in this environment in the jurisdiction of BISD?
well, let me tell you, I wish Victor Caballero well. Again, I'm telling you what I think the reasoning behind the vendors throwing all this money behind Carlos is
Mm.
that's my guess that Carlos could probably pick up two, and will probably might be able to take uh, um, uh, they probably think about Victor Calero, but Victor Calero is very, very knowledgeable. I mean, there's very, very few people that are, I think, as knowledgeable in a position in a district than Victor Calero. Very, very knowledgeable, very, very knowledgeable. And again, I'm not throwing flowers to anyone, but what I was trying to say is that,
Especially because he's not supporting you;
oh yeah,
he's supporting Coach Farley,
oh, 100%, yeah, yeah,
and Jessica's supporting Tim, not you.
100%. Which
Mhm.
which I think that, yeah, because they think they can control Tim and this other group.
Well, isn't Tim controllable? I mean, I love Tim, and don't get me wrong, but in the few months that he was on the board, it was pretty darn clear
Uh,
that he was really controlled. So I'm like, whatever,
yeah, it's the
and
and
that's a problem.
that's unfortunate. So you got Jessica thinking that
Oh, now the dings come in. The ding come in because we're talking about BISD, and people are like, "Oh my god, what do you say? Don't say that. Don't say that."
you got Jessica, supporting Tim. You got Caballero and his slate supporting Farley because they're part of that slate. So what I think, going back to my race, what I think is going to happen is they're going to split. And let me tell you, Roman. I everywhere I go, I again went to breakfast this morning. Well, I didn't go to breakfast. I went to pick up enchiladas this morning there at your favorite restaurant, uh,
Which enchilada restaurant?
Mi Torito, and
Why would you go there?
I like their cheese enchiladas. A little bit,
Ugh,
a little bit under seasoned today, but
I'd never go there. I don't even. I think. Ugh.
so what happens is I went there this
Is
morning.
Emilia's open yet? I can't wait to go to Emilia's.
I went there this morning, and you know, several tables, and that's what. We're there, we're there. I get that everywhere I go, and as long as I can bring my base forward, Roman, if they're out there fighting for those votes, they split them. It's going to be an Erasmo race. But we'll see what happens, because that's what happened with when I ran against Carlos and I ran against Otis Powers. You had the Sylvia people pushing this way, you had the Carlos people pushing this way, and ran straight through the middle. I mean, I kicked their ass by like 1,000 votes, I think, something like that.
Was it a presidential election year when you did that?
Huh?
Was it a presidential election year when you did that?
Yes.
Yep. And that's the benefit to you
Yeah.
is that that's when you have everybody wanting to come out to vote. Everyone wants to vote for president. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. I don't really confuse of spreading misinformation, because that's what President Trump does. Sometimes he says like never or everyone or whatever, and it's like, no, he's lying. He's misinformation. I'm like, no, it's just the way people talk, and that's what the media doesn't get. Anyway, but yeah, most people, I think, your voters are low information voters that like pay attention to cheese, pay attention to Facebook. Where vota por él? It's kind of like what happened with. Have you ever seen the Eddie Murphy Delirious? Like back from 1983. Have you ever seen that? Oh, who cares? Well, yes, it's all for clout, but it's not about that. Okay, I got to make it clear, Marie. It's not about him coming down. Is not about necessarily the communities. It's about getting attention to her campaign and get people motivated to vote. It's a get out the vote thing. They want people to see, hey, look what Myra can do to make sure Republicans come out to vote. Because in 2022, allegedly, and according to her team, only 80% of Republican primary voters came out to vote again in the general election in 2022. 80%. And as opposed to 100%. So you need to make sure you get as many people come out to vote, which is why they're doing it. And I don't blame them. Will it work? No, because the district is not ready yet. They're going to be closer potentially, maybe. But I can tell you right now that the congressman and Congressman Vicente Gonzalez is not taking anything to chance. I mean, look at all those Myra Mentira signs out there.
A
There's
lot.
tons of them.
And they're putting them right next to her signs, which is kind of funny.
Well, do you know, it makes, okay, so this is what I heard. I don't know how true it is, but this is what I heard. So the thing is that there's a lot of places where Myra signs are being put up that she or her team don't necessarily have permission to put up. So the people are upset.
The same thing with Farley.
Well, people do that, I guess. I don't think I never did that because I put up my own signs when I ran. But anyway,
Never did either.
and so the people that own those properties, they're Chente supporters, so they're like, you can put a sign Chente. So they just put it right next to each other. So like, what is she gonna do? What is her team gonna do? Go there, get mad at the property owner? You don't necessarily have permission to put your sign here to begin with.
That's what happened.
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
That's what happened with hold on, reply. That's what happened with Farley. Farley had put a sign at one of these stores up here, and the store owner went and took it down. And then we went and they said, yeah, you could put yours up. We took down Farley's because he had no permission to put it up, and we put up ours up. And then he calls me, he goes like, oh, you took down one of my signs. I said, bitch, I don't take down signs. I don't take down signs.
Oh, wait, is that what they were complaining about you on Facebook? Like you're a sign thief or something?
Yeah, not my style. I said,
you run for office. I have never heard of anybody ever complain about you taking down signs. Never. Ever. And you run for office 100,000 times.
100,000 times. I said, bitch, I don't take down signs, whore. I said, you got to stop putting signs where you don't have permission to put them up.
Right, 100%.
It's people's property. If someone came and put up a sign in front of my office and I didn't give them permission to, you better believe I'm going to take that crap down. Even if I'm supporting you.
Yeah.
First, at least, have a conversation with me and say, hey, you mind if we can put up a sign? I go, yeah. Marisa asked me if she could put up a sign at my office. I said, sure, go ahead, put up a sign. When she was running on that race with Minerva Peña, the one that she won, I said, yeah, put one up. I said, because she asked. If she would have just gone and put it up, I would have taken it down.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like Juanita. Oh yeah, one of your viewers, one of your friends, Robert Camacho, he commented because I on my show page, which I still have, I had put up a picture of Juanita's sign next to Morgan Lamantia's sign, and it happens to be on LNF distributor property or easement. I have no idea. I'm assuming it's the property, but who knows? And obviously, Morgan Lamantia is not supporting Janie Lopez. So why would Janie Lopez's people or her put up that sign there? And then your friend right away, somebody should mind their own business. Like, why? It's somebody's property. Don't you all understand that it's somebody's property, whether or not they put up a sign there? I mean, are you so okay with because in a way that's kind of thievery, isn't it? In a way, Erasmo, are you even listening? No.
Yes, to a certain degree, but again, uh, I, I'm just more concerned as if they're going to start doing this stuff now, Roman.
Yeah.
When they're trying, it's like when you're trying to campaign for office, or if they're not giving you true answers, like that, like Nelda decided to go like, well, did you receive money from Baltasar Salazar? You know, I mean,
Right
that's
now, have you received money from Baltasar Salazar?
yeah, all right, absolutely no. But I'm trying to say is like,
Wait. Which is it? Right
absolutely,
now in this election cycle, exactly. You see,
absolutely,
that's your answer, but you're pretending to be the answer that our friend Nelda gave.
absolutely not. So why answer a question with a question when it's just a simple yes or no? Because if you were to ask your Roman, hey, did you get money from us? I would say like, are you crazy? Absolutely not. No, hell no, never in my life. The guy's a cancer and is a danger to this community. But I think when you mentioned the ill-informed individuals, I think most individuals here become ill-informed because they don't see the big picture. And I think that's one of the things that's happening. I think that's one of the things that is happening, like with Maggie. They don't see the big picture. They
She's
seclude.
never been able to see the big picture,
That's the point.
Erasmo.
They
She's
seclude
Maggie.
this. They seclude themselves in this.
You made her. She was just a good looking face next to you. That's all she was good for.
Well, it's unfortunate. I love Maggie.
I
Uh,
don't. She blocked me because she doesn't like me.
I
So
love Maggie,
whatever. Don't care.
and I'll always consider her a friend. It's just very, very unfortunate
But
that.
she's supporting Farley, not you. So how can she be a friend?
Well, again, she gets I still consider her a friend.
Why? She doesn't
Because,
consider you a friend. She
because
considers Farley more a friend. Does she even know Farley?
no, no,
And she's supporting somebody she doesn't even know over you, who
well,
supposedly is
they're,
her friend.
they're going blind because again, a lot of people they want to.
She's going blind.
They're going
Does she
blind.
need a dog?
They want to believe a lot of the crap that they receive. Like it's like, and I've said this before, and I'll say this again. It's like when people go out there and say, "Oh, uh, uh, Drew Brown wanted to give us a $5,000 raise," and everyone was going like, "Yay!"
What?
Yeah, right before election, she was. I think we should give everyone a $5,000 raise. We're like, you see, Drew's for us. We're like, she's saying that for points, you know. So I think a lot of that's what's happening right now. It's like this audit thing. Roman, I've been screaming about an audit for years, and I've shared this before. And all of a sudden, like right before the election, Carlos and Ortiz go out there. Oh, we need an audit. And the response that Denise gave, although long-winded and written by probably somebody else, was on point to the fact that what do you want audited? 2 years ago, you came here, you said that you wanted an audit, and you were supposed to bring back what it what did you want audit, what's the reason, everything, and you did nothing for 2 years. Now, is it coincidence that every 2 years we have an election at BISD?
That they want to audit? Well, I'm just wondering, wasn't like Carlos the chair of the finance committee or something like that at some point
I,
within the BISD?
I have
I
no
don't
idea.
know. Like, I mean, why wouldn't you have brought it up to a committee? Or that you all are members of. I'm sure one of you is involved, and even if you're not a member, you can bring it to the committee and say, "Hey, I want to bring this up. Let's talk about this in committee so that we all work together." Even though you're not supposed to meet them as a majority, you can bring the issue back at a meeting. You've had 2 years and you didn't do it. We lost 2 years of time. We could have had an audit. In those 2 years' time, we could have had the audit and known what's going on right now. So we lost 2 years thanks to your, for lack of a better word, pendejadas.
Yeah, unfortunately, very, very unfortunate. Uh, Not many people like you, Roman.
I mean, not many people are like me. You're right. Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely, 100%.
Not many people are like me. You missed the R. Anyway, so what else is Since I haven't been here in a while, so many other things to talk about. So people are going up in arms on. Somebody's asked me, Roman, did you see what a Run posted? I was like, I don't read that blog. Why? What happened? Oh, they said Myra put up a poll that's not real, and I was like, oh, apparently she put up a fake poll that's not real that showed that Trump was winning, beating Latinos, and I'm like, I thought maybe she just maybe transposed the number because there was a poll, I guess an NBC News Latino poll, which I hate the fact that they call us Latinos. We're Hispanic. Stop using the word Latino. We're not in Florida. We're not in California or California, like that. The Californians, from SNL. Never mind. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I, I,
The show, the little skit, Californian.
me
No.
personally, I just want to be called a Mexican. I don't want to be.
Okay, I'm Mexican.
I don't want to be called Latinx or Latino or Hispanic. Just call me a damn Mexican. You know.
Yeah, but not every Hispanic is Mexican, bro. Like, and not only that, but the thing is, you're Mexican because your parents were Mexican, right? And you're a Mexican
Call
citizen
'em Guatemalans or something. You know.
or
I hate
something.
that they
Yeah.
try to bunch us all in the same group. Now, do I think that there's going to be a lot of uh, Mexicans, a lot of Hispanics that are going to be voting for Trump? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I
No,
mean,
but what I was saying, the NBC poll said that it was 40% were supporting Trump and 52 or 54%, one or the other, I can't remember the number, was supporting Harris. But that she had pulled a Bienvenido poll and whatever, and they claim, I guess Montoya was claiming it's a fake poll and there's nothing in Emerson because there was an Emerson poll, I'm pretty sure that if Trump were winning Hispanics, the race, the national polls, or the would not be showing a close race. If Trump were having a majority of Hispanics supporting him, over 50%, this race is over.
yeah,
This race is 100% over.
it was Arkansas actually, not Tennessee. But
Oh.
let me tell you, I still don't think I still don't think that Trump's going to lose this race.
No, I think Trump is going to win the race. Right? Again, it changes depending on what's going on, but right now, based off of what I'm seeing, I think Trump wins the race electorally. He doesn't win the popular vote, but I think right now he wins electorally. I don't. I am a little concerned about North Carolina, in part because of what's happening with the hurricane and all the flooding that's going on, because all that flooding and stuff is happening in parts of the state that are Republican leaning. And that's going to be a very, very close race in North Carolina. And will they come out to be able to come out to vote? They don't even have homes right now. Some of those people do not have homes. Don't have electricity. They don't have cell phone service. They're flooded in. And I don't mean to make everything political, but but at the same time, where are they going to vote? The election is what, almost 30, 36 days away.
Yeah,
An early vote probably closer. But Cameron Hotel being turned. Where's Cameron Hotel?
that's the one that's downtown.
I thought that was
El Jardín,
El
there's
Jardín. Yeah,
also Cameron Hotel.
that's what El Jardín is also called Cameron Hotel.
There's a different one. You
Oh,
should know this woman.
I did not know. Again, I'm not from Brownsville, and I deserve a statue like Amelia Earhart
Yeah, but
and that dude, that the Mexican revolutionary.
let me say, and I'm okay with building these luxury apartments. Wherever people want. It's just I really feel that you're not really getting the biggest bang for your buck in regards to individuals that are going to be wanting to live downtown. I mean, again, I just not sure, if there is actually a huge market for individuals that are wanting to have luxury apartments downtown. Have you been to downtown recently? I mean,
You're there right now. It's
exactly.
horrible.
There's it's like a mini San Francisco. People are peeing on the streets,
They're pooping everywhere too.
taking craps on the streets.
What
I mean,
is Michael? What is John Cowan doing? He only cares about the animals that are pooping everywhere
no, he don't
inside the zoo
cares about playing loteria down south most.
or playing loteria. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's homeless people all over the place.
Why is
There,
John Cowan not cleaning up the poop? Clean
there's
up the poop, John.
donde se juntan las perdidas. It's exactly right. Now there's the prostitution has gone up now. Now it's not only
Well,
the
that's the Biden economy, right?
It's not only the same prostitutes that we all know already. Like every time
You
I
know
pass,
them,
well, every time I pass by, I say, "Hey, buenos dias, hey, buenos dias," and it's
and
the
then
same.
how you doing? What the hell? I thought you were a woman. No, you're a man.
They're female prostitutes. Now you have
Wait,
Venezuela.
they're female prostitutes?
Yeah.
I thought they were all men.
No, no. Now,
Hmm.
well, now you're getting men and women prostitutes. Now,
Wow.
yeah. Now
Bronzo's moving up in the world.
moving on up. International. Now you got Venezuelan prostitutes out there, and that's crazy. Because if I'm going to go out there, you rent these luxury places, Roman, like these gated communities. You rent them because you want to get away from from the the normal people. You want to get away
Wait,
from.
you think prostitutes are normal?
No, well, again, this is what doesn't make sense about going into
Oh,
the Capital
okay.
Hotel as luxury because you're surrounded by pooped streets, drugs, uh, piss, callejones that smell like piss, and you got crime. We've had disappearances and stabbings and shootings downtown. You really think that someone's going to want to rent a luxury apartment at what, I don't know, $5,000 a month in a place where you're not safe?
Mm.
I don't know. That's just my thought. Again, to me, it doesn't make sense. But again, the individuals that are restoring it are private owned individuals, local investors. Now, uh, did they get money from Brownsville? Of course, because all the money that they get, like all the BCIC money, all the money, they're going to funnel it back to downtown. And the reason that that happens is because John Cowan and the rest of the commission have interest downtown and the port. Roman, where are you that you don't see what happens in Brownsville?
I'm in Harlingen. I'm not in Bronzeville.
Ah, deja tomar how you know about prostitution. You buy them? No, you don't buy a prostitute. You rent a prostitute. Stupid. But
Stupid. It's stupid. Say
stupid,
that right. Stupid, right. It's stupid.
stupid.
It's
Blue
stupid.
ox, blue ox.
It's outrageous.
Is outrageous. Deja tomar how you know about prostitution.
It's outrageous.
Maybe learn English or Spanish, but don't make Spanish. All you all you have to do, imbecile, is drive by. I mean, and let me tell you, I went to
You look for the Adam's apple. Is that what you do?
I was not the apple I was looking
Pero
for.
si tan gordo, you can't see the Adam's apple. They trick you.
Big old neck, the football player. I went to Chili Moli. When it opened. Chili Moli. Have you been to Chili Moli?
No.
It's one of these supposed to be these swank little nice little uh, restaurants downtown. It's very nice. The food's okay.
Oh, is
And
that brunch place or something?
no, no, no. This is an evening one. The brunch
Oh.
place is Jolie Petit. Jolie Petit.
Oh yeah.
I went and I parked my car, and sure enough, there was people doing drugs right there next to my car, and I said, I think I'm moving the car. They're literally out the street doing drugs. You got, crack whores and crackheads out there. I mean, they're there. You don't have to go out there and look for a prostitute to rent. As you see them, they're obvious. Salud,
Wow.
Rudy, and the Juarez boys.
And what is our Brownsville PD doing to get rid of these people from
I
being
know.
out there?
They removed the substation they were supposedly had downtown. The Fighting Juarezes, my buddy.
But no, but in serio, I mean, did we give the police a raise? I mean, isn't our deputy city manager the chief of police? What is he doing to get rid of this crap from being there downtown? That's disgusting. Is he okay with crime? Is that what he's okay with? And does that mean our city manager is okay with crime? Or she's so interested in only the zoo and stuff like that that doesn't interest the fact that there's crime happening downtown that you're alleging, Erasmo?
They're so out of whack. They're so out
Where
of.
are their priorities? They don't have their priorities are not keeping our community safe. Their priorities are keeping their buddies safe. I guess I don't know.
The prostitutes was in the Trump economy. They received tons of spotlights during Trump.
They didn't. They didn't. We didn't have prostitutes. We had free money from the government. Remember, Papi Trump gave us checks
You pay for
during
their
COVID.
big
What's
difference.
wrong with you?
Well, you're probably doing it wrong, Sam. What they have like a list. If you want, it's like a barber. If you want the beard trim, it's this much. If you have a this, it's this much. If you have a want a pluma haircut, is this much? Is that what you're trying to tell us? That's service. The city of Brazil will drive at night through downtown spraying holy water.
No, they spray mosquitoes. Mosquitoes.
Instead of
Anti-mosquito spray.
instead of the mosquito repellent, holy water, holy water.
No, that's not the separation of church and state if you do that.
Those bastards.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Roman, our hour's up.
Our
Roman,
hours up.
come back
What's
tomorrow
up?
morning.
I will do my best.
Guys, have a great day. And I'm going to need an assistant. Have a great day. Social distance.
So, do you need a help wanted sign? Are you gonna put help wanted?
I already did on Facebook.
Wow.
Very
And
low.
what if he's dying? What if he's in an accident? What if he broke his leg and has a blood clot and you don't even know? You don't even care. You didn't even bother to call. All you did was get a text message.
Should have sent a message. Guys,
How can he send a message if he's dying?
no, it's too
He had a
late.
car accident.
I'm done. Guys, be
All
good to
right.
each other. Continue to be. God bless.